reporting here related to the crisis that's taking place and the fake news. So there's lots of breaking news taking place. We're at DEF CON 2, is my understanding, which I want to reassure people that we've been at DEF CON 2 before, which was during the Cuban Missile Crisis and during Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. So I want to reassure people who have not been through this before that we're all here with you. We've been through this before, and we're going to think the best that nothing terrible or bad is going to happen from this. So I'm going to report to you what I see. There's images, what I see of something taking place in Bada, Lebanon, is what it looks like. And the president is making comments. He says he doesn't have the yips with respect to boots on the ground. There's a breaking news that Iran has fired 500 missiles. I'm going to go to Reuters and see what's on Reuters. It says Iran says drones are the hardest thing to stop. J.D. Vance is going to be speaking tonight. And I was talking to this, oh my gosh, this captain in the military, and she was scared because, and really very upset because of everything going on. I felt really bad for her. And so, but she did have a family member to talk to, which was nice for her. And so she was keeping her mind distracted until she got back to the news part, and then she was upset again. So the conspiracy theories actually, I think, kind of helped her out a little bit. But I'm going to go over here to Reuters and see what I can find. Yeah, Reuters has some... Oh, I know what I wanted to look at, too. Let's go up here, not to headline news. I wanted to go to business, Fox Business. Where was I at? I had Fox Business. Where's MSNBC? I had Fox Business, now I don't see it. Sports, Nickelodeon, TLC. Okay, where did the business go? Nickelodeon. No, that's not what I want. CNN headline news. Fox News. I guess I'm just going to have to stay on there. I don't know where the... I had Fox Business early. Did it change that fast? Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. I had Fox Business on earlier. Now I can't find it. I was going to share with you the numbers related to what's going on because this crisis, okay, we're at DEF CON. It's my understanding we're red. We're red. DEF CON 2. Iran conflict widens to Lebanon. Kuwait mistakenly downs U.S. jets. So, hello, Edward Samani. Just 1 in 4 Americans support Iran strikes. Reuters Ipsos polls finds. Brushing off Trump criticism. UK Starmer defends actions over Iran. Now, the thing that I saw there was the stock market is taking a beating. The stock market is taking a huge beating right now. Let me see if I can find CNBC at least. I'm having a hard time finding it right now. Iraq vows to block militant attacks, keeps country out of war. At least 10 people have been killed and more than 200 injured in Israel since it began military operations against Iran, according to emergency service Magen David Adom. And so that's from CNN. So we're looking at CNBC right now. Yeah, that's MSNBC. Okay, so I know I had Fox Business not too long ago, and I just can't find it. Okay, so let's put it on CNBC right now. So it looks like the Dow is back up in the green right now. Everything was in the red. Bitcoin is up, slightly up, it looks like. But the stocks were taking a beating earlier with all these tensions taking place. And TikTok has a lot of news taking place. I think most people have no idea what's going on. Now, there was a guy, what happened was there was this woman, I don't remember her name, she was on TikTok, and she was talking about how people playing the video games, her uncle, who was in the military, he put out this call about people playing video games, that people can't tell the difference between video games and between real wars. That's what he was saying. So with the video games, he's specifically addressing the United States, and it sounded like he was asking gaming network people to stop doing their video games during the war. So we know what footage is real and what footage is not real. I don't know if they'll do it or not, but he was putting out a call for people to stop doing the gaming networks because they're so real looking that people can't tell the difference between real war footage and video game footage. And so they're trying to get a grasp on this war that's taking place in the Middle East. And so it sounds like the video gaming channels are causing a problem right now related to the war in the Middle East, because there's things taking place that are just not factually happening. And so the video games are causing problems for people who can't tell the difference. And so if somebody's putting up footage from war, it's going to be fake, because the government is not going to release that footage out to people, because a lot of it's going to be very graphic and gruesome, and it's not something that's suitable for children to see. And so I just wanted to express this. Hello, Amanda Ario, hello. So I'm not doing any drawing right now. I'm reporting on the breaking news of this war that we have taking place over in the Middle East. And so there's a war right now between Israel and Iran. That's what's taking place. A war between Israel and Iran is what we have taking place right now. And I was trying to find the stock market because Melania to preside over Security Council meeting? Breaking news. That's what this says. Melania to preside over Security Council meeting. What does that mean? Now, why would Melania Trump preside over a Security Council meeting? Can anybody tell me that rationale? That little bit of thing? That's what this says on Fox News. Breaking news. Mike Waltz, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Melania to preside over Security Council meeting. Now, does that mean the president has passed away? Has the president passed away and she is taking over the country? Is that what's happened? Did something happen and President Trump has passed away, which is why Melania is presiding over a Security Council meeting? I'm wondering right now. That's what it says. Melania to preside over Security Council meeting. Why would she preside over a Security Council meeting? And has the president passed away and Melania is taking over until a new president is put in place? Possibly. I'm not sure. The pictures look kind of odd of the First Lady. They look very, very odd. Let's put this up. Let's put up a poll. Toilet paper, under or over? We'll start a poll. Would anybody like to answer this question? So this is a breaking news. Melania to preside over Security Council meeting. That is so bizarre. Let's see if we're getting anything new updated here into Reuters. I'm in here in Reuters looking at, it looks like the same picture. Let's do a refresh here and see if we get anything new in. We're going to look at Google News. Over here in Google News from The Guardian, we got 3 U.S. fighter jets mistakenly shot down over Kuwait. Hegseth doesn't rule out troops in Iran. Report top Iranian officials looking to return to nuclear talks with the U.S. Unforgettable looks at Screen Actors Guild. Okay, that's acting news. Man killed by state trooper after fatally stabbing a woman and a dog in a road rage incident near D.C. Okay, First Lady to preside over Security Council meetings. So that would have me thinking the president has died. The president must have died since the First Lady is taking over the Security Council meeting. I think the president has died. That's what it looks like. Trump defends Iran strikes over objectives for military operation. Trump says war against Iran moving substantially ahead of schedule. I have agreed to talk. Live updates. Trump warns Iran about larger strikes as war spirals in the Middle East. The CIA helped pinpoint a gathering of Iranian leaders, then Israel struck. Khamenei's death with the public mourning, quiet celebrations as regime's opponents wait for an opening. Who runs Iran now? An uncertain path to new supreme leader after Khamenei's death. B-1 bombers targeted launches in Iran last night. So there's launches of B-1 bombers taking place in Iran. There's lots of smoke in Lebanon right now, in Babada. There's lots of smoke taking place, and there was a terrorist attack inside of the United States too. This was on earlier. There was a terrorist attack inside of the United States in one of our cities. I don't remember exactly which one it is. It's not come out yet. Now the Security Council meeting's getting ready to take place. The First Lady is there. This has me thinking the president has died. So if the First Lady is doing the Security Council meeting, I'm assuming the president has died for some reason, and she's taken over as Supreme Leader of the United States of America. That's what I'm thinking is taking place right now. The First Lady is taking over because the president can't perform his capacities and duties as duly elected, and so the First Lady is temporarily taking over until we have some law and order take place. Now everybody and their brother's getting in this picture. They're doing a photo op right now, a big photo op at the Security Council meeting. The First Lady does look an awful lot like Princess Diana, and Mrs. Sugarman. So now they're all leaving. They took their photos. So they did a photo op in the middle of this war that we have taking place. They took time for a photo op, and now she's standing there by herself with a great big old grin and smile on her face. Actually, she looks pretty good right now. She looks a lot happier and healthier than she has in the past. She actually looks really happy. The First Lady looks very happy right now. Maybe the president has died. She almost looks relieved for some reason. Very happy, a lot happier than she has in the past. So this separation of living separate from her husband, has her looking really good right now. She looks healthy and happy. And Supreme National Security Council Secretary, some dude is on TV now. And the First Lady is going to take over the Security Council meeting. Okay, so bones are incredible. The Vice President would take over. Bones are incredible aircraft. Bones. Bones would be a great AI video. Thank you for that. Yes, yes, the Vice President would take over. But in this world of crazy town, you're right, the Vice President would take over. But in this world of crazy town, the First Lady has to take over as a sovereign being. With King Trump passing away, that means she would take over, and that's why she's doing the Security Council meeting, right? Doesn't that make the most sense of all? The First Lady, she's the one who takes over as a sovereign First Lady living separately from the United States. That's the only thing I'm saying. So yes, Bones would be a great aircraft. And so I'm just reading through, this says, sinking Iran's proxy, Sinwar's Al-Aqsa flood left Khamenei high and dry. So whatever this flood is left Khamenei high and dry. Live updates, Trump won't rule out ground troops in Iran, says campaign could last 5 weeks. Fourth American service members killed in Iran operations. U.S. troops amid Iranian counterattack fueling air defense fears. Iran conflict, 4 U.S. service members killed as death toll climbs. Starmer criticizes Trump over Iran strikes as he defends UK positions. UK took far too long to let the U.S. use its air bases to attack Iran, Trump says. UK will allow U.S. to use bases to strike Iranian missiles, Prime Minister Starmer says. Emmanuel Macron announces France will increase its nuclear arsenal. France offers a station nuclear assets across Europe for the first time. France to increase its number of nuclear warheads, Macron says, as it happened today. France to boost nuclear arsenal involved European allies in deterrence. Flight cancellations across the Middle East. Asia, airline stocks drop while energy shares rise as Iranian conflict escalates. The hole in the sky. How many Middle East airspace closures are reshaping global aviation? What to do if your flight is canceled due to the U.S.-Israel war on Iran? So we have a bona fide Israel-U.S. war on Iran taking place. And that's what they always said. They were scared of this war taking place, and now it's happening. We're at DEFCON 2. We're at color red. So this is a 5-color tier system from orange, red, I believe it's orange, red, yellow, blue, and green, or something like that. Blue and green, I think it's something like that. Green and blue, I'm not positive which are the last two. If we're at green and blue, we're in a kind of a really stable good zone. At red is the next one to nuclear war. Europe defends missile bases and struggles to evacuate citizens as it's drawn into war on Iran. Now, the First Lady is taking over a Security Council meeting, which has me questioning, is the president dead? We are not hearing anything from the president at all, so I'm thinking the president may have died. Something must have happened that the First Lady is taking over the Security Council meeting. I think the president has died. Is anyone with me? Do they think the president has died? I think the president has passed away. Melania was laughing and she looked really, 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 really happy. She had a big smile on her face and she was next to some younger guy who looked more her age and more in shape and healthy. It was just him and her, and she looked really, really, really happy next to him. She had a great big old smile on her face, like there was a little bit of winky, winky, dinky, dinky stuff going on, a little bit of bo diddly, 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 diddly do going on here with the First Lady and the man standing next to her. He could have been some Secret Service. She got a little bit of Secret Service sauce from the guy standing next to her, which is why she had that great big old grin on her face. He was I guess we went down in too bad of a direction and I lost my only viewer. Let's see what else. Anyone have any questions or anything? Let's see. Hezbollah just restarted the fight that Israel was waiting to finish. Lebanese Prime Minister bans Hezbollah military attacks after attack on Israel. We've texted 1,000 Americans about U.S. strikes in Iran. Here's what they had to say. Well, let's go up here and let's look someplace else for some additional news and see what else we can find. Let's go over to Yahoo and see if we can find anything on Yahoo. Yahoo. Let's see what we can find on Yahoo News related to the war. President Trump says the big wave of military action in Iran is coming soon. The White House says 49 Iranian regime leaders were what? I can only get part of it. A powerful Iranian weapon that broke through defenses and killed 4 U.S. troops. 5 U.S. states will pay you to move there, and one has 23,000. I don't believe that. Okay. United Airline updates contract to remove passengers. U.S. track star loses half marathon national title, $20,000 prize. Okay, I wanted to look for the world news. Okay, I need to get over here into the world news. Well, let's look at the portfolio and see if we see anything about. Okay, I wanted to see where things are with Wall Street, and I'm not seeing anything. In the dictatorship, the First Lady takes over. You guys got to remember that. The First Lady takes over in a sovereign nation. So Melania Trump is going to become president. You guys know that. You know where the internet goes with this stuff. And so the First Lady is going to become the President of the United States in this sovereign nation kingdom that we got going on here now. You know that, right? Right, you do. CENTCOM investigating U.S. accelerating strikes on launches. Lunches? Launches or lunches? It looks like it says lunches. Maybe I'm hungry. And so the First Lady is going to take over as Supreme Leader of the United States because the President has passed away. I know someone is there on the other side saying, if we could only be so lucky, right? The President of the United States has passed away, so the First Lady is taking over as Supreme Leader of the United States. The President of the United States has passed away. Oh, I know I have at least 1,000 friends probably on YouTube who would probably be all too willing to repeat the same thing, right? I think we probably have thousands of them on YouTube who are willing to say the President of the United States has passed away. That would be so terrible. But it would be a trend that would be trending up to April Fool's Day. I think that would be so funny if you guys pulled the trend up to the president passing away on April Fool's Day. I mean, as much as he likes clowning around and jokes, wouldn't that be so funny to do a April Fool's Day joke that the president has passed away, and then we all think it's an April Fool's joke, but then he really did pass away. And the First Lady had to take over. Because the president just decided, wait a minute, oh, that is J.D. Vance. I think Benjamin Netanyahu would be so happy to get rid of the President of the United States, and J.D. Vance wants to be president, but he's going to have to sleep with the First Lady now. Melania Trump is going to be J.D. Vance's wife from now on because she gets to still be the first lady. Nobody said that she had to give up her job as the first lady because she has to have a way to make some money. So, right? So, therefore, Usha Vance gets to be the second lady still, and then J.D. Vance would move up and he'd become the president with Melania. So it would be J.D. Vance and Melania Trump then, because Melania still wants to be the first lady of the United States of America. And so I think J.D. Vance might like that because I don't know if he would or not. But let's just say for the lack of, we're tired of arguing about it. And so J.D. Vance is going to be with Melania Trump because Melania Trump's still going to be the first lady once Donald passes away. And everybody on TikTok is saying they want Donald Trump to pass away. And the internet could pull this off if they wanted to. And it goes out that the President of the United States has passed away. It would just be like Roseanne Barr when she was on her TV show. And they were saying that Roseanne passed away, and then Roseanne put out this little blurb, and she says, "I'm still alive! I'm still alive! It's just the character that's passed away." So then Donald Trump would be doing the same thing. He's like, "I'm still alive! I'm still alive! It's just that the president was not real, and so the president has passed away, but I'm still alive, and I want my wife, J.D. Vance. You can't have my wife. You have..." The first lady doesn't get to keep her job. But yes, I think for the sake of equality, the first lady should get to keep her job. She doesn't have to give up her job as the first lady. She gets to stay in office and be the first lady for a long, long time. I think she should. The first lady wants to keep her money train and her gravy train going, because I just bet you $1,000,000,000, which that's not even a thing, that Melania Trump probably has a lousy premarital agreement with Donald, and he has her set up to get nothing. So the thing I would have to say is that what's her retirement plan? Because I bet he leaves her nothing, because he's failed. All of his businesses have failed, and I bet she has no money. Everybody keeps saying she does, but I bet she has no money. She's a housewife. She's a kept woman. And I bet Donald is leaving her with absolutely nothing, and she deserves to have something as the first lady of the United States. So she should be able to sleep with J.D. Vance, and she gets to stay and be the first lady. And then J.D. Vance moves up, and he gets to sleep with Melania Trump, and Usha Vance has to suck it up. And I don't know who would take the vice president's place right now. Would that be Mike Johnson? And then Mike Johnson would have to sleep with Usha Vance. Well, cranky and pregnant and all. I mean, that's what's going to be going on. Cranky, pregnant, and everything. So then you would have Mike Johnson, or is it Speaker of the House? Yeah, Speaker of the House. Mike Johnson. God, I hope Kash Patel is not going to be the new vice president. But, Kash Patel and Usha Vance would make a good couple together. And so then whoever gets to be the vice president, then J.D. Vance would still get to see his kids, but some other man is taking care of all the kids and his wife. And then J.D. Vance is, he gets to be the president with Melania Trump as the first lady. And then they don't have to deal with any kids. So some other man can take care of the kids for J.D. Vance while he's doing the presidential duties. And then he's got a babysitter. His wife can be the babysitter, the second lady, because she really don't do anything. But she still gets to stay to be the second lady. Her husband moves up into the position of the first big guy with the way things work. Kind of like Prince Charles and Camilla. They replaced one of them and put in another one. And so that's how this should work, that Melania Trump, once the old geezer kicks the bucket, then Melania Trump, she gets to stay being the first lady because she's got to survive somehow. She's got a lifestyle she's become accustomed to living. Now, granted, she did have to move down quite a few steps in the lifestyle she was used to living, especially living in what the heck? Florida, at Marilardo. And then there was another place. There was a lady today that said Summit, New Jersey. There's another White House at Summit, New Jersey. Now, this today was the first, but she said there is another White House where the president goes to. And I didn't know that, but I don't know where that White House is at, but they said there's another White House. Summit, or was it Summit, Virginia? I don't remember. And so apparently there's another White House. And so, yeah. And let's see if we can find. FBI remains on high alert amid Iran operation. Now, there was a terrorist attack inside of the United States. They're not talking about this, but there was a terrorist attack that took place, and they had reported on it a little bit ago. Let me see if I can find out some news about this, about the terrorist attack that was taking place. Let's see, CNN. Let's see if Crap News Network has anything. Nope, they've just got on a commercial for some crappy-ass affiliate marketing. Okay, the Dow Jones is up. Everything is in the green right now. Bitcoin is up. The Dow is up. So it looks, there must have been some positive news that came out for some reason that's pushed the stock market up. They were saying that gas prices had rose on the other channel. They were saying gas prices were up higher. And the futures for gas was up higher. And which is probably true every time we have war in the Middle East. Travel stocks fall after thousands of flights grounded following Iran strikes again. So the travel stocks are down. And okay, I think that's it for this little news update. I really don't have anything much productive to say.